And so just start again with the breakaway from the UJPO.
Okay, and in branch 40, there were a group of us women who were it was a women's branch, and very unhappy of the fact that we were, all the years of UJPO, they supported the newspaper called the Wochenblatt, which was a weekly Yiddish paper.
What did that mean?
Weekly paper.
But the translation?
Weekly paper.
A weekly paper, Wochenblatt. Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Wochen is week.
Right.
Blatt is, and we decided that it being actually supported by the Communist Party, that we didn't have to go on a campaign to raise money for the Wochenblatt. That we refused to, which started a tremendous big hullabaloo throughout the UJPO, within our own branch, because there were tremendous differences of opinion. And at that time, I had become the vice president of the UJP. And there were two factions, of course. Three. Two anyway. And the two factions were really fighting with each other.
So what were the two?
Well, one was pro-communist and the other were anti, okay? They wanted to break away from the party.
And just to explain what happened, why did the group want to break away?
Well, because as I said, after Khrushchev, where the whole question of Stalin's approach to Jews and so on and so forth, and everything else that took place, there was a split in the Communist Party. There was a convention here and a big split in the party, and a lot of people left the party. Not all of us, a lot of us left the party, but not all of us left the Jewish left. We stayed hoping that we could make changes within it. But the catalyst was this particular issue. Okay? And what also happened was that they phoned me. I knew there was elections taking place in Branch 40 for the chair, etc., etc. And there were two people who were pro-party and anti-party. And there was a third woman who was a party member, but a much more flexible person. And when they phoned me and asked me what my opinion was, I suggested that this person, who was more flexible, be the candidate for chair, which I felt would help the branch heal. And maybe we could work together.
And who was that?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather not.
Okay.
And at just about that time, my father passed away, and I was in Montreal sitting shiver. And the question of my red baiting was taken up by the city committee. And at that time, Morris Biederman actually said that he didn't want to, and that should not be taken up till I come to the city committee, and that we discuss it then. But Sam Carr, who was a member of the party, etc., told them that I was a red baiter, that I was anti-party, and that I supported non-party position. That, my whole position was very red baiting. And it wasn't until a month later when I arrived and I explained what I did, and that the person I suggested was a member of the party, which does not make me. I never got an apology, or was it ever in the minutes. Okay? At which point, that was the end.
And at that point, were you the vice president?
Yes. And I resigned and I left. I left. A whole group of us left. And that's when we formed the new Fraternal Jewish Association. We decided that we would leave, but that we would form our own non-political